The biggest question of our civilization is, do aliens actually exist? Personally, I believe they do. Based on the evidence that I have seen since about 1947 in the research that I have done in my life, mainly watching a ton of documentaries on the subject. Who are they? Where do they come from? What do they look like? Who knows? Even in the movie 2001, they talked about the possibility of humans on other planets. This was talked about in that film, I believe. Do they look like green lizards or Martians? Do they look something like this? It's possible. We may not know. Are they interdimensional beings? Do they look like holograms? Are they smooth-bodied grays, according to the descriptions of legend going way, way back in the last century? We may never know the answers to these really big questions. I believe the federal government is only going to tell you what they want you to know or what they feel you need to know. Trump is making some progress. President Trump should be given great credit on some of these kinds of domestic issues like this. But somebody got to him. Or did he just not want to put out a true disclosure day? I don't know. Remember, Trump's disclosure day speech on alien info and UFO disclosure was supposed to be on the same day as the film's release, but it never happened. I never saw the film yet. I probably will see it later on down the line, but the film may tell you more about this issue than your government actually ever will. Time will tell. What actually happened at Roswell, New Mexico in 1947? What's in Area 51? What's in Area 52? What are UFOs? Were aliens ever on Earth? Have they ever walked among us? What are UFOs even made of? We may never know the answers to these huge questions of our existence. I believe both sides are afraid of each other. We are afraid of aliens and vice versa. I will tell you why. Since about 1950, based on the evidence I have seen in life, aliens have been spying on U.S. military installations via UFO since at least about 1950. There's a ton of evidence proving this. This suggests they are afraid of U.S. military power, they're afraid of us, and I believe logically they're afraid of nuclear fallout from nuclear war. I also believe the U.S. military and the military-industrial complex and a lot of the deep state is afraid of them. That's one of the reasons the deep state, along with a lot of your government, doesn't want this info out there. Why? I believe fear. They must believe that alien military technology is way ahead of us, if it exists, which suggests what NASA tells you about space travel is probably mostly false. NASA is largely not telling the public the truth about a lot of things, in my opinion. Otherwise, the fear, I don't think, would exist. NASA is mostly military and highly classified. A lot of people don't know that. I believe we never went to the moon, and no human being has ever been on the moon, and no human being will ever be on Mars, because I don't believe human technology can do it. Other governments may feel the same way. Many people feel the same way. Another theory is that aliens already walk among you and are humans from other planets, or at least look like us. The deep state within the U.S. government doesn't want the info out there. If it got out there, they fear people would riot, and therefore the global economy would collapse and civilization would end. Is that ridiculous? I believe a lot of it probably is. but that's how they feel if you look at it logically based on evidence and information that has already leaked out and is largely now public in the popular culture. The globalists may feel the same way, mainly Bilderberg. They want order. They do not want this type of chaos out there. Until the government tells us everything, if they actually know everything about this, they may not, who knows exactly. The speculation will go on forever. The debate will go on forever. People are getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it in a lot of ways. I wish all the information would just come out. Thus, I support full disclosure by the federal government of the United States. I believe the people are our government. We are the government, the people are the government. Therefore, they are entitled to all the information on aliens and UFOs. They deserve the information. They should get it. I support full disclosure. I'll leave you with some statistics. Since about 1950, there's been at least 1,000 major statements or affidavits or some sort of personal statements proving the existence of aliens and or UFOs. At least that many. Since 1950, based on my research, there's been at least about 50,000 sightings of UFOs all over the United States. At least that many. Just in the US. That's a lot of people. I do not believe they are all lying. You are talking about tens of thousands of people. This could not be a government hoax. It would be too hard to control, in my opinion. A lot of people think I'm really into conspiracies, and I am. Trust me, the government would never be able to control all this. There's got to be something to this, at least at a minimal level. So yes, I do believe aliens exist. The information is out there. If you look at the evidence I just stated, it's obvious there's got to be something to it. I believe they exist, and the people deserve full disclosure, and the people should get all the information our government has now. Once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration. Have a great 4th of July. Please make a note that my next video is going to be of interest to people that live in Michigan, my home state. We are losing our democracy here, in my opinion, because of political machines. Michigan needs primaries for all state offices. I think it needs to be said, and I'm going to be talking about that in my next video. We can't lose our democracy in Michigan. Please watch the next video if you live here or you're interested in this issue. Thank you for your time. It's free to subscribe.